Oh, I need a pillow. There's no pillow! Go get a pillow. Yay! The pillowcase is so big.
This is for Bucky and Steve. Just kidding.
Ah! What people always do to pillows.
My line was so far away.
Oh, no! Better when it's here, close. Today, we're going to a funeral. Just kidding, but we look like we're going to a funeral.
Yeah. This kind of happened.
It was an accident, but
Yeah.
we thought it might relate to today's video.
Maybe.
We'll see. Time will tell.
This is our McWorld. I'm Courtney.
I'm Mallory.
You know, just in case I don't know where they are.
Today, we're going to be looking at a list from TV Line of TV ships we can't believe never kissed.
Whoa.
What? TV couples that really never were.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay. So we don't know if we're going to agree with all these or not. So we'll tell you if we do.
Yeah, or if we know anything about them.
Yeah. Okay, well, the first one we know about. I know about. You know about. Because I told you. Bellamy Clark from the 100.
Yeah. Everybody knows about Bellamy and Clark if they've watched this show before, because there have been so many episodes, I feel like, where you just go on a tear about it.
That's true. Listen, it's been months, but I'm still upset about the fact that Bellamy is gone. Didn't get to move on.
They're all gone. The show's over.
Everybody's gone, but this is not about deaths. This is not about deaths.
Or is it?
Reel it in.
But
reel it back in.
They never even kissed?
No.
Not one time?
Not even one time.
And
once again, the creators always tried to say that they never meant for them to be romantic. It's a piece of crap. If you've ever seen the show, they had like several moments, and I know the actors eventually got married, but they didn't actually get together until I think either the show was nearly over or they'd already finished filming or whatever. And both of them have said it's not like we were pining for each other all these years.
Yeah.
So there was something in the script. There was something that was brought to this. They lied to me for years.
For more on this rant, go watch the TV character death and terrible ending episodes.
And TV couples that should have been.
Yeah, that too.
I got a lot more to say about them, but like she said, we've heard a couple rants maybe in other videos.
Yeah, and in real life if you're me.
Next up, now this is a show that I don't watch, I don't think you ever watched, was Liz and Jack from 30 Rock.
No, I never watched it.
The main two people.
Yeah.
I can't say because we didn't watch that show, but I mean, I only sort of know what that show's about, but I wouldn't be surprised either way, like if they were a couple or not, because I really had no idea.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
This did say they pretended to be lovers several times, but they never actually kissed.
Weird.
Phan and Alicia, the good wife.
Who's Phan and who's Alicia?
Phan is, what's his face?
Matthew Good!
Yeah.
I love him. Oh, and Alicia's the main Juliana Margulies.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'd have got that wrote into the script if it had been me because I love Matthew Good and I'd have been smooching on him for sure.
Bring him in.
Yeah.
But this says that her surprise visit to his new office was the sexiest sexless scene of 2014.
Wow.
Wow.
Very sexy.
But apparently they had real chemistry but never kissed.
Of course, that's like Bridgerton. The first couple episodes of Bridgerton are some of the sexiest sexless scenes ever.
Yeah, right?
People touching their hands together. Scandal in the tongue.
Was scandalized.
Yeah.
Matt Dillon and Miss Kitty Gunsmoke.
Well, he never hung his hat up at Kitty's place. Yeah, well, I mean,
Been a cowboy.
it is crazy. First of all, it's more crazy because that show was on for like 20 freaking years between the Marshall Matt Dillon and Gunsmoke. But also, you could really tell, like the ones I watched, and that's the early ones.
Mm-hmm.
So the show originally was called the Marshall Matt Dillon, and it was like a 30-minute show.
Yeah.
And it was black and white. And then later on, it became an hour-long show called Gunsmoke that was in color.
Yeah.
Now, I have never even really watched that many Gunsmoke episodes. So even then, in the Marshall Matt Dillon episodes, you can tell that Matt wants to be with Kitty and vice versa, and he's all the time doing stuff for her.
Yeah. I never realized, well, I guess it's not that surprising because, like you said, I think about that song
Yeah.
when I think about them because I've never seen either one of those shows. But it's so weird to me that they never would have kissed at all.
Plus, in a show on that long.
Even if they never, like, were official.
Yeah.
Like, that they never even kissed on even one time.
Of course, I guess, too, I guess the era of the show made it a little more plausible that people wouldn't kiss because people didn't kiss as much on TV back in that day, but
Yeah.
yeah, but that's ridiculous.
It's a sad day.
I'm against that.
This says, there's always a bond. And in season 10, Miss Kitty told someone Matt's a man with no strings on him. Let's just say he's more mine than anyone else's.
That was true. Even in the early days, though. See, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I here watching this show like the very beginning, and I knew it. So,
All right. Dave and Penny, happy endings.
I didn't watch that show.
I didn't either. I have no idea who Dave and Penny are. They're these people.
Yeah, I don't know.
Was that the show
That's
Coach
the,
was on?
yeah, that's the show that Coach left to New Girl to be on and then came back from.
Well, Coach wasn't Dave, so I don't know anything else about that show.
Oh, well.
Except for it got canceled. Hannah and Owen, The Haunting of Bly Manor.
Yes. That was depressing.
Yeah, that was... Yeah. That whole show, of course, was kind of depressing. Like all the haunting shows.
Yeah.
But I did, of course, kind of want them to at least have a thing, even though, I mean, obviously, spoilers for everything.
Yeah.
If you hear us talking about a show, I want to skip a little bit, but I mean, I know she ended up being like dead and stuff.
Yeah.
But see, I can't even now remember when it was exactly that she died. Like it was before what's her face showed up, right?
Yeah. I
She was
think
in that well.
I'm pretty sure everybody was dead before she got there.
Because when she got there, somebody was at the well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure that she was in the well at that particular time.
Yeah.
So I don't know, whatever, but it was still sad.
Still, they should have kissed.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't like, dude from the first season wasn't... Of course, I don't know if she was dead or not. It was really hard to tell. Because, wasn't everybody dead, basically? Except for the kids and the nanny. Didn't, everybody end up being dead?
I don't think, because I don't think Owen was dead. And the other girl wasn't dead because she's the only one that lived. Or she's like, the gardener. Because she ended up being the lady who was telling the story.
Right.
But, because Owen was there too, right? He was at the wedding. Because it was the little girl's wedding.
Yeah.
The little girl was, I don't know, it was creepy, kind of creepy.
That season was more confusing than The Haunting of Hill House. Mm-hmm. The Haunting of Hill House was more straightforward. That it was just like, because they were in those different dream worlds, right?
Yeah, they kept like.
So like, because not Theo, every time I do that. The dude from season 1 that wasn't Theo. Because Theo was a girl, but every time I want to call him, what's his name?
Luke was on the first season.
Yeah, so anyway, Luke's character, because he was dead, right? Obviously, he was haunting the place. But that woman he loved was dead.
Yeah.
But then they kept jumping around. It was very confusing.
It was very confusing. More so than the first season.
Yeah. But yeah, they should have been
off topic, but yeah.
And I know it should have got together. Yes.
Yes. Mulan and Aurora, Once Upon a Time. We kind of talked about this a little bit in our Once Upon a Time video.
Yeah.
But
the issue here is that when it certainly seemed like they were setting that up, but when they were setting that up, Aurora was not at all likable to me. And I felt like Mulan could do better.
Yeah. I'm like you. I never was a big fan of Aurora. I kind of felt like she didn't do much when she was there, except for... I feel like they were trying to make her seem like a stronger character, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
And she was just kind of annoying. So I didn't completely understand why Mulan liked her anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that was the weird part, because it kind of seemed like Mulan was into Philip, that she loved Philip, and then of course, obviously Aurora did. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like...
Then it turned out that really she liked Aurora instead of Philip. But then Philip was dead, but then Philip came back, and then him and Aurora were having a baby, so obviously it was kind of like...
Yeah,
so I don't know if I'm sad about that, because I'm like you. I feel like Mulan deserves somebody better than Aurora, or somebody different, because...
Agreed.
I don't know.
Yeah, I just think Mulan could do better than Aurora.
Yeah. Rollins and Kerose, Law and Order SVU.
Who are these people?
These two.
Oh yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah, I've seen them. I didn't know people were shipping them because I've only seen a few of the newer episodes of SVU, but
I've seen like none of them. So
yeah, so I have
the
seen
ADA. I think.
Yeah,
I think she's a detective.
I have seen them on the show, but I don't know. But you know what?
How about Benson and Stabler?
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah.
They never kiss. I mean, I realized that he was married and all that stuff, but didn't they have kind of a, I don't know. And then I know now I don't even know what's happened to her.
Clearly they were in love, and that is why Elliot was having so many problems with Kathy at home, because he was in love with Olivia. Mm-hmm. And they're going to be reunited on April 1st, 2021 on NBC. You'll probably see this after that, but know that it happened.
Yes.
And they probably won't kiss then either.
No, they will not. I'm sure of it.
Because they're bringing Stabler back. Really, it's, I guess, I'm assuming it's a backdoor pilot to Law and Order Organized Crime.
Yeah.
But maybe it isn't, because I don't really know when Law and Order Organized Crime starts, but they are bringing Stabler back to be, I guess, the lead on that show. So, obviously, he ain't coming back to SVU.
No. I do plan to watch that episode just because I think it'll be cool to see them reunited after so many years. Because I mostly watched it regularly back when Stabler was still on it, and then I've just seen it here and there since then, so I don't know exactly what's happened to everybody's lives, but
Yeah.
I like to see them together.
Yeah.
On a somewhat related note, who we talked about also in our TV couples that should have been, but also who never kissed, really, Morgan and Garcia.
That's so annoying.
Criminal Minds.
Are they on this list?
I don't know, but
Maybe they did kiss,
maybe they did. Well, yeah,
but
I
they
don't know.
never got together.
I don't
We're gonna
remember
have to
them
figure this
kissing
out.
unless it was just like on the cheek
Yeah.
or something like that. Like they never kissed for real. If they did,
Why did you do that to us, Criminal Minds people? As I've said before on some of these episodes, it is very frustrating, especially for people who, like me, a little bit bigger girl, they never get the man, and half the time, except in Dumpling, she got the man. Go Dumpling. Anyway, and then also, geeky girls hardly ever get the man, and I'm like,
which I think she did end up getting Adam Rodriguez, but
oh well. Okay, then I ain't mad about it. I love Adam Rodriguez. I did a report for my speech class about Eric Delco. Not about Adam Rodriguez, about Eric Delco. I went through his whole life. And I showed that clip from where he got blown up that time.
oh yeah, yeah. See, but even still, even though because I didn't watch Criminal Minds after Morgan left much.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. I kind of get tired of procedural dramas after a while.
Yeah.
And I quit watching them like all the time. And just catch them here and there. But the same thing was, I don't know, once they start, half their characters leave and they get new, I'm just like, whatever. But to this day, I will still always be sad that Morgan and Garcia did not end up together.
The writers can't even act like they haven't been setting that up from the get-go just to like tank it.
Such a great connection. And I know they were friends and stuff, but like...
Whatever.
It was baby girl. Should have been forever.
Yeah, really.
Okay, so this is from The Queen's Gambit. Do you want to talk about it or skip it? Because are you planning on watching that?
Yeah, I'm going to watch it one day. But you can go ahead and say it if you want.
I'm assuming it's going to have more than one season.
Yeah,
It's only
really.
had one season. So it's Beth and Towns. So I guess don't get your hopes up for Beth and Towns,
Okay.
who is the main girl and who looks like a photographer.
I
don't know, it looks like he's holding the camera.
I sort of get the impression that I'm not going to like her.
Mm-hmm.
Based on having on nothing, I don't think I'm going to like the main character of that show.
Yeah.
And kind of like in Twilight, it's hard for me to ship people when I think that one of the main people is annoying.
Yeah.
Like Bella was a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Bless her heart. I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way. Jessica Rabbit. Anyway, but it's sometimes when the main character is just, I don't know. Maybe she's very likable. I just feel like I'm not going to care for her.
Yeah. I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see.
But we're not going to get our hopes up about them, obviously.
Don't expect them to kiss because they won't.
Okay.
Tim and Lucy, the rookie.
Is Tim Nathan Fillion?
No.
Oh.
Tim is this guy.
What have I seen that guy on?
I don't know. He's been on things. But see, here's what, though. Reading this little description of them, I feel like if I watched The Rookie, which I don't, that I would ship them too because she's a rookie. He's her training officer. Even if they were mere LAPD colleagues, pursuing a relationship would be precarious. And yet, the partners have come such a long way from their original dynamic, where Tim was forever chastising his Boots instincts. Lucy's death-defying season 2 ordeal at the hands of whatever made it clear how Tim's feelings have developed and vice versa. Is the rookie still coming on?
Yeah.
They get renewed and stuff.
I think so.
So who knows? Maybe it's not over. Although this is funny because it says thus far, Decorum and Tim's girlfriend have cock-blocked any lip lock.
Well, that's fun because it rhymes, but also he has a girlfriend?
Get out of here, Tim's girlfriend. You're just like...
Get out of here, Tim's side piece. Hold up now. Tim is the one that needs to step up to the plate. This is just like every episode of Cheaters when they run in and they blame the one they're cheating with, and I'm like, they may not know anything either. What's up?
Next up, Dean and Castiel, Supernatural.
I thought they did kiss.
No.
Oh, I thought Cass kissed Dean and was like, I'm in love with you.
No, he did confess his love. He didn't exactly say I'm in love with you, but he did say I love you. But the way that the scene was, it kind of gave you the impression that he was kind of admitting that he was kind of in love with Dean, because he said something about how he could never get what he really wanted or something. And Dean didn't reciprocate. But yeah, they never kissed.
Well, yeah.
I know a lot of people were bummed. I mean, I wouldn't have been mad about it. I feel like they would have had to have had more time, I guess, to make it seem genuine, because Dean was so much all about being a ladies' man and doing all this stuff the whole time that I feel like if they had kind of planted some seeds for Dean's character, at least in the last, towards the end, that it would have made more sense. I mean, if Cass had kissed Dean, that would have made sense, and if Dean just hadn't have been like, what are you doing? If he did, because Cass was dying and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been okay, because Dean would have been, even if he didn't feel the same, that he would have been giving Cass, kind of a goodbye. But I wasn't as bummed as a lot of people, a lot of fans were.
Yeah. Yeah, I just didn't really see them together, but, but that, I mean, like you, because I guess because Dean was such a ladies' man, it's, obviously they had love for each other, but as far as being in love with each other, I couldn't see that from Dean's perspective, so,
Okay, so this one's one that I'm still salty about, and I think I talked about this in our other video, but Betty and Daniel from Ugly Betty.
Yeah.
So I binge watched Ugly Betty. I didn't watch it when it was originally on, but several years ago I watched the whole thing. Well, over weeks. And I always thought, going into it from the beginning, I thought Betty and Daniel would get together. Mm-hmm. Like, I just thought that was, obviously that's going to happen, because he was acting like he didn't even want to hire her because she wasn't hot.
Yeah.
But no. And at the very end of the last season, and I think that show might have gotten canceled. Yeah. So if it hadn't gotten canceled, I don't know what would have happened. But he kind of started to have, acted like he, I don't know, kind of started to have feelings for her, and he followed her to Paris or wherever she went. Mm-hmm. But they never did kiss or anything. I was really bummed. I hoped,
what a bummer.
I thought for sure that they would kiss in the last episode, but they didn't.
Man.
I was very sad.
That's what happens. You got prepared to be canceled.
I waited all this time for nothing. I mean, I like the show, but still.
Yeah.
It would have been better if they had kissed. Okay, so this one I don't agree with. Bonnie and Damon, Vampire Diaries.
Yeah.
We've had many discussions about Vampire Diaries over the years.
There been a time where I could have put Bonnie and Damon together. Especially when they were trapped in that world together, but...
That's what this picture's from.
Yeah. I saw it earlier when you showed me the article. That's what made me think about it. So, at first, we didn't really care for Bonnie because she was very annoying. And actually, so was Caroline. And actually, so were lots of people. Yeah. But why did we keep watching the show? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, Damon. But over time, of course, they all got to be a whole lot better, especially Bonnie. As she came into her power more, and, and same with Caroline, like, I feel like both of them, but I guess because they were more powerful, felt more comfortable about their identities and stuff, but I don't know. It was hard for us, I think, to ship them because we shipped each one of them with other people, so...
I was always for Damon and Elena since
Yeah.
the beginning of the show. And so even though they had their ups and downs and then she was gone for a while and everything, it was still hard for me to ship Damon with anybody else.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, Bonnie kind of, at first I shipped her with Jeremy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not as much as Caroline, where pretty much anybody with Caroline, I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
it wasn't quite to that level, but I did ship Bonnie with several different people, but I never really shipped Damon with anybody else.
No, I mean, they were okay, but around that time, too, she was getting with Enzo, it kind of seemed like, I think, especially like, because that's the main time I feel like you would ship Bonnie and Damon. I mean, I know other people shipped them from the beginning, but...
Yeah, I think a lot of it, because those characters got together in the books,
Yeah.
Bonnie and Damon, so I guess people were expecting it. Well, guess what? Don't expect it, because Bellamy and Clark were together in the 100 book, too, and guess what? So...
Oh, well.
I get that, and then, but especially, yeah, when they were trapped in that little world together.
Yeah.
I think is where,
But mostly they just had, see, that's a friendship that I'm not mad about. Like, that was really what they had the whole time. And
yeah,
that's
one time. A lot of times, I'll be honest, and especially in fiction, when a lot of times I'll ship people who everybody else is like, they're just friends.
yeah.
But this was one of those cases where I'm like, no, I think they're really just friends. Yeah. And I know maybe because I had other ships, but still.
Yeah.
Speaking of, next up is Daryl and Carol from The Walking Dead.
Well, listen, they still could kiss.
It's not over.
This thing should have only been about shows that are over.
Yeah.
Especially since supposedly they're getting a spin-off. Although, what are we doing here, fam? We have got to consolidate some Walking Dead stuff. There's only so much you can do with these storylines.
Mm-hmm.
And we're diluting it.
Keeps growing and growing somehow, and I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I still like it, but anyway. But yes, absolutely, we are big Care shippers, which I know is not what other people call them, but that's what I call them.
If you know anything about us
Yeah.
in our videos, you probably heard us talk about Carol and Daryl.
Yes.
But I've shipped them since probably season 2.
Yeah.
When he was looking for Sophia and he was comforting her when she was missing and all that. And since then, I've never stopped.
No.
The King hasn't stopped me. Connie hasn't stopped me. Beth didn't stop me.
Yeah. Beth. Okay. That was ridiculous anyway, but... I mean,
Death.
The thing about... Yeah, Death. What a terrible ship name. The King and Carol, that didn't bother me. I like them together fine, and I don't have a real problem with Connie other than both of them are in the way of my ship.
Right.
But it's not that I hate those pairings. It's just that I like them better.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard. It is getting harder to continue to be on the Care bandwagon because... Here in the last couple seasons especially, it seems like they're intentionally writing the script so it don't seem like they have chemistry like they used to.
Yeah.
Because before, now it does seem more like they are really truly friends.
Mm-hmm.
Which is irritating.
The writers are scumming us.
Yeah. Well, the King's gonna die probably, so... At least he'll be out of the way. Sorry, King.
I mean, Beth died. I'm just saying, people who try to stand in the way of Carol and Daryl end up dead sometimes.
Connie nearly got blown up.
So...
What's his face died too, her husband.
Oh yeah, you know that one time when Carol was flirting with the inmate, he got killed too.
So there.
So...
No, just
everybody don't die on the show.
We do love King Ezekiel, and we do
Yeah.
like Connie, and so it's unfortunate. It's just like that episode where the King nearly fell through the floor, and Daryl had to save him. Here I am.
I know, we were sitting
Very
here like,
conflicted.
do we want him to fall through into the horde of zombies?
And then we were like, no! We like this person most of the time.
Right? Okay, Andy and Bailey, WKRP in Cincinnati.
You may say, well, I don't know them two.
Mm-mm.
I don't really hardly know anybody except like Johnny Fever and, I don't know, Johnny Fever.
He was the station manager and she was an aspiring reporter. They never hooked up at all.
Oh well.
And that was it. So I don't know if there's anybody else you thought of in the meanwhile. I know we mentioned a few people who weren't on the list. But
yeah, I don't know. I
It's-
can't name anybody right off.
yeah, there's some couples. I know in our TV couples that should have ended up together, we had lots of people, but some of them actually did kiss.
Yeah,
They did get together temporarily. They
Yeah.
shouldn't end up together.
right.
But yes, as you know, some of these people we are sad about.
Yeah. So, leave us a note in the comments if there are people that you wanted to get together or kiss. If you haven't, like she said, already watched our video about TV couples that should have ended up together, you can go watch that now and hear about more couples than even this.
Oh yeah, There are lots
Couples
of
that got
couples.
together and split up. Anyway,
That's why we're dressed in black.
yeah,
We're mourning all of these couples that never
yeah,
kissed or never got together or did and got scummed.
yeah. It's a crying shame. But we have wine anyway, so we'll probably get over it.
Makes everything better.
Yep. Alright, well, check out our other videos. There's similar stuff to this. There's different stuff to this. So, that's pretty much how our show works.
You don't know what's going to happen next.
There's stuff like this and stuff that's not like this.
So, you like the video, then like the video.
Don't like the video.
Please.
Literally like the video.
So other people will see the video and watch
Yeah.
it. And we'll get more subscribers.
Yeah. Don't just like it in your head like people do my Facebook statuses and then tell me in real life, I like that thing you posted, but they didn't even just...
But you didn't like it on Facebook. So
How
did
hard
you
is it? I mean, I like stuff on Facebook that I don't even like at all, really. Just trying to show support. So, show some support. Like us in real life and here. And spread the word.
Yep. And come back for our next whatever. And
Yep. We may be talking relationships again.
we'll be doing something.
We do have a segment called Ship It or Skip It where we randomly pair people up from pop culture and determine if we think they'd make a good ship or not. So
Yep.
check that out. Check it all out. Something for everybody.
Subscribe for nonsense. And maybe we'll see you in the next video.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.